What's up, LA gangsters, American gangsters, worldwide gangsters? This is Gangsta Transform Compete TV, and my name is Peasy. Our mission is to persuade people away from gangs, thus preventing them from being unalived or being in prison. Sometimes I'll interview or profile ex-gang members who have a strong message. Sometimes I will tackle a particular current event or situation that I may lend a positive word to, a word that is anti-gang, that may touch someone who's involved with gangs and they're looking for the motivation, they're looking for the way, they're looking for the courage to get out of those gangs. My goal is to be that positive voice in someone who is on the fence, someone who realizes that the gang lifestyle is leading to nowhere and they just need a little extra oomph to go ahead and step out of that lifestyle, transform themselves, and go out in the world and compete. Today, I'm going to provide a video from OG Eddie Boy from Rollin 60's. This is him on the right in this picture next to 600, also from Rollin 60's. Eddie Boy has a strong message for those that are still gangbanging, those that are in the streets, living the hustler's lifestyle, pimping, whatever you may be involved in that street lifestyle. He has a message that I strongly suggest you people listen to, take heed to, and think about the things that he is saying, because he is speaking facts, straight facts. So, without further ado, here's OG Eddie Boy from Rollin 60's.
Assalamu alaikum, people. Yes, indeed. Sun feeling good out here. It's a good day, bro. You know, all praises be to the Most High, and that means in Arabic it's alhamdulillah. I'm gonna stop doing that to you guys. Hey, man. You know what I get a kick off of? It's when brothers get mad at you when you speak on quote-unquote hood stuff. These brothers get all in their feelings when they be talking about hood stuff. I hear all these scenarios, man, about dudes always talking about, oh man, you can't go to the hood. Oh man, you can't do this. And you can't do that. Let me give you brothers a little news flash, especially you brothers that's not from Southern California or from the inner city and things of that nature. Hey bro, if you're on this internet, you listen to these internet dudes talking about other dudes can't go to their hood, they're a damn lie, bro. That's a lie, man. What these dudes do is, man, on this internet, I'm going to tell you what these dudes do on the internet, bro. They be wanting to see you crash out and go over there to try to prove yourself that you can go somewhere. Now let's get an education lesson on what dudes do in the hood all damn day. What do? They in the hood hanging out, right? They smoking, they drinking, they talking about backbiting their own homies. They probably have a little fight here and a fight there with their own homies. They not really out there spinning the block because they really don't have cars out there to spin the block. You know, they be 4 or 5 deep inside one whip. Out of 4 or 5 dudes, one of them got one gun and probably got a bunch of bodies on it because they don't even have the economics, the money, the means to go buy more ammunition or more artillery. They don't have that. So even these old dudes, they sit on the block and they talk about everybody else that's trying to be successful. Brothers that's trying to elevate to a different level. Brothers trying to remove themselves away from that. They'll talk about these dudes. And you have this in every section. Not just one section, you have this in every section. It's like that mentality, man, when they say you got a bunch of crabs in a barrel and they trying to get to the top and they keep pulling each other down, right? So this is why you got to always try to climb up out that barrel by yourself. You can't take nobody with you, bro. In order for you to elevate on a whole different level.
If you have ED, you might need to work on your mental game. When you're aroused, your brain releases dopamine. That dopamine kicks off a chain reaction, sending signals through your nervous system, helping you get an erection. Most generic ED meds just focus on...
You have to do it yourself, man. These dudes will call around. They be wanting sympathy. They want you, they give you this sad story. They be wanting sympathy for this and sympathy for that and all this type of stuff, bro. But you got to understand, man, that everybody is not going to like you. Everybody is not going to respect you. Everybody's not going to think you're a joint into that nature. But I don't even know what a joint is now these days now, brother. I really don't. In this day and era, I don't know what a joint is, man. And that particular type of term wasn't even thought of when we was coming up. You know, I understand that things have transpired on a different level in this day and time. I understand that technology has taken over basically everything. You really can't do nothing anymore. You really can't spin the block like you want to. If you do, they got cameras everywhere. You really can't really go put no licks down like you really want to because they got cameras everywhere. You really can't do too much of nothing anyway, man, because they have basically gentrified all the communities. You got a bunch of Hispanics over there, you got a whites over there, you got Asians over there. You have basically everybody that wasn't around there in that fashion when we was growing up. So you can tell that the stuff is dying. You can tell it's diminishing, bro. And I was having a conversation with this brother this morning, and he was trying to tell me that, oh man, you can't go here, you can't go there, you can't go here, you can't go there, you can't go here, you can't go there, right? Hey, bro. He said, oh man, you can't go over there to USC. I said, man, I'll be over there all the time, bro. What are you talking about? You know, that area over there is a bunch of Asians, it's a bunch of college students, it's a bunch of everybody over there, bro. I said, bro, you walk around there, ain't probably too much of nothing gonna happen to you over there anymore. I said, bro, that's not happening like that anymore, bro. If you go to the 60's, it's not happening like that anymore. If you go to the Harlem, it's not happening like that anymore. You go to Inglewood, it's not happening like that anymore. Things have changed, bro. And I think a lot of brothers, especially in that older generation, they have to get out in their mind like, oh man, we used to do it like this. We used to do it like that. Nah, bro, that's over with, bro. These dudes do not care, these youngsters, what you have did in the past, bro. They look at you, what you can do right here and right now, bro. Your past reputation really don't mean nothing to them, man, because it's not your time anymore, bro. You're like 40 years, 30 years removed from that demonstration, and you still trying to call shots or say and dictate on what these kids can do. Once again, you're not in the field with these dudes. And they're not going to listen to nobody that's not in the field with them, bro. It's impossible for them to listen to you, man. So I be like arguing with these old dinosaurs to try to get them to understand, like, man, stop reminiscing on that bullshit, bro, because that bullshit got you inside the penitentiary, right? Or that bullshit got a lot of your homies killed. Or that bullshit, man, got to the point, man, where you just stagnated. And a lot of brothers, man, they mentality, bro, they just stagnated, man. They dumb as rocks, bro. They don't know how to get to the bag. If you hanging out in your hood every day, you ain't getting no real money, man. You ain't getting no real money selling no rocks on the block like that no more, bro. Or selling no weed like that on the block. You're not getting no real money. Because every time you get over there and you start doing certain things, you're going to have dudes that going to drop a dime on you, bro. And that's a cold fact, and that's the truth, and that's just what it is, bro. I just don't get it, man, how brothers, man, be so naive that they don't understand, man, they far removed from that demonstration. And you got a lot of dudes, especially these gang members on YouTube. You got these dudes, not all of them. I'm just, if it just don't apply to you, it don't apply to you. You got these dudes that they live in other states, right? They used to stay here, but they live in other states now. They try to push a narrative in a political politics on how these dudes should move out here in Southern California. And these dudes ain't been out here 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 years. They've been removed away from that, but they have this concept where they try to push a narrative. Oh, you know, we the B team or the C team. We this, we that. You ain't shit. You ain't here, bro. You're not in the field. You ain't shit. So your voice and your opinion don't mean nothing because you don't even know what's going on out there. You know what I'm saying? They were saying that he was saying the youngsters run the street. No, bro, the youngsters don't run shit. Because I'm gonna tell you why they don't run nothing. They don't own nothing over there. They don't have the army to go take over another neighborhood. And they scared of the ultimate gang that ever set on U.S. soil. And that's the federal government, the LAPD, the sheriff, and law enforcement on its highest level. They scared of them people, man. So, how are they running the streets? They not running nothing. How you gonna sit there and be on the block and one patrol car with one dude hit the block and they run in time he hit the block? You don't run shit. Cause they're scared. So this is what I be saying, man, that this stuff is a facade. These dudes get up here and they try to glorify that gang culture, bro. And if you come from that, you know it's trash. If you come from that, bro, you know that gang culture is trash, man. My advice is to anybody, bro, that's trying to get to the bag, or trying to elevate to a different level, or trying to lead that particular type of culture, stop dealing with these ghetto 5 type dudes, bro. Stop dealing with them, man. Because they don't have nothing going on for themselves, bro. They really don't. They want you to be on the block with them. They want you to put up half of the money for the weed. They want you to put up half of the money for the drink. Or they want you to buy the whole pour. They want you to sit there, man, and try to backdoor on one of your own homies or something like that. This is what these dudes do. This is the concept of the gang culture now, bro. There's no love in that shit no more, bro. And it really wasn't no love, man. It was just like, it was hidden for us. It was hidden because the back door still existed back then. You know, the fuckery still existed back then. Everything existed back then is basically in the open right now because of the technology, bro. Everything is being exposed, man. And it kills me, man, like how dudes be like, oh, man. And when you far removed from that stuff, oh, man, you can't go to your hood. How can a man be over 30, 40, 50 years old want to go back to a hood or go to a hood day? Why would they want to do that? You have nothing to prove. If you have a reputation, if you had a reputation over there, why would you want to prove that you still could go to a hood day? And then when you do go to a hood day, the first thing they're going to say, oh, man, he paid to go over here. Oh, he was uncomfortable. Or he was this. Nah, bro. That shit is trash, bro. Stop believing these dudes out here, man, saying dudes can't do this and dudes can't do that, bro. You can do whatever you want to do, bro. These dudes are not built like that. Anytime a dude be popping it like that, bro, he's not built like that. Because I don't care what nobody say. If you go to a hood day or not, if a dude got a problem with a dude, he's going to handle his business when he see that dude. And ain't nobody else going to be able to stop him, man. No rules, no regulations, none of that shit is going to be able to stop that individual if he have a real serious problem with that individual, bro. So don't be listening to these dudes on this internet, man. These dudes on this internet, bro, they be talking that buffoonery. They be masturbating at the mouth. I think it's all for entertainment anyway. These dudes is just like, they just want to be heard, man. That's all. They ain't really talking about nothing, bro. You know, you can do what you want to do. And I encourage everybody else, man, if you're not hanging in the hood, don't go back over there to that shit. You know, Keep on doing what you're doing. I guarantee you, you're doing better outside your hood than you was in there.
All right, you got to stop buying generic Viagra if y'all over 40. You can get 9 pills of 100 milligram generic Viagra for just $7 with free shipping from Friday Plans. If you think it's a scam like I did at first, peep this. No doc visits, no phone calls, nothing. I just answered a few questions online, and 3 days later, my script was at my door. They even shipped it for free, so I only ended up paying $7 for the whole thing. And it's low-key in a plain package for your privacy. In like 30 minutes of trying one, I knew this was that real generic Viagra. My confidence is through the roof, and it worked even better than the name brand. My wife ain't stopped smiling. This 100 milligram generic Viagra for 87 cents a pop is the deal of a lifetime. Go put a smile on your wife's face. Get yours right now before Friday Plans run out.
I'm just saying, man. You know, and for you brothers just trying to elevate and get away from there, just continue to try to get away from there, bro. Don't worry about what your homies is talking about. If you worried about what your homies is talking about, run a maneuver on their ass and do an exit plan and don't even see them niggas no more, bro. Anybody can do what they want to do, bro. In this lifetime, in this world, you don't need to be shackled behind nobody politics. You don't have to be shackled behind nothing, bro. It's crazy, man, because it's like this. I'm going to use myself as an example. I could grow up with 2-3 dudes, right? And the dudes outside, the 2 or 3 dudes that I grew up with, I get into it with another dude, okay? The other dude that I get into it with, he'll try to convince the dudes that I'm with, that I rock with, to turn against me, right? Just because I'm not a part of that lifestyle anymore, okay? So if I'm not a part of that lifestyle anymore, what they'll do is they'll say, oh man, you shouldn't be fucking with that dude, or you shouldn't be doing this and they're doing that. It's called peer pressure. And 9 times out of 10, some of these dudes will fall for it and some of them won't. That's when you're going to know who's a boy and who's not a boy. You're going to know who's a man and who's standing on their two. You're going to know who's a coward and who's not a coward. Because anytime you let another man dictate what you got going on, or who you should talk to, or who you should conversate with, or who you should go hang out with, or anything like that, bro, and they dictate what you do, you're a buster, and you're a coward, and you know you are. Straight up. And you get no respect across the whole board, bro. Because not only do the person that you turn against gonna talk about you bad, them dudes is not gonna respect you. And they're gonna never respect you. And they're gonna call you a boy, and they're gonna call you a buster, just like you are, bro. So I'm just saying, man, hey, bro, get away from that gang activity. I always say that. These dudes be mad at me, bro. And I love it, because I'm gonna tell them the truth. These dudes ain't really built like that, bro. They not built like that. They be want somebody to crash out so they can talk about it. But if you really feeling strong that dudes need an issue, this dude need an issue. This dude needed that. Why they let this dude come over here? Why this happened? Why that happened? Nigga, do something. Y'all ain't doing nothing, but y'all want somebody else to do it. You dudes that stay in all these different type of countries or different type of states, and you used to live out here, over here in California, you used to be from these particular type of section, you want somebody else to crash out to go do something for somebody. Nah, bro, lad. You get your buster ass on the plane and come out here and do your reconnaissance and do what you got to do. Or other than that, man, shut up, man. Assalamu alaikum.
That was OG Eddie Boy from Rollin 60's. I thank you for that message, brother. I hope there's a lot of people out there that will take heed to that message, digest that message, and really, really contemplate which way their life is headed. Do you want to head to the prison? Do you want to head to the grave? Or do you want to have a peaceful life, free in the world, where you can go where you want, do where you want, do what you want, be with whoever you want to be with, and just have the peace of mind of freedom. I mean, I think everyone takes for granted freedom until you're in the penitentiary and you realize the life that is before you. I salute Eddie Boy for not only changing his life, but for also spreading the message to the people out there that gangbanging is not a future. Hustling is not a future. Pimping is not a future. Anything that involves street lifestyle, there's no future in it. It's just a matter of time before it catches up with you, whether it's the penitentiary or the grave. It's just a matter of time. So I salute Eddie Boy. I champion Eddie Boy. I respect Eddie Boy for his position, for his passion on trying to educate the young people out there that's still caught up in the street lifestyle. This is Gangsta Transform Compete TV, and my name is Peasy. If you like our mission, please subscribe to our channel. It's totally free. Leave a comment, share a post, and like our videos. God bless.